Welcome to live baseball action. We're coming at you from Grapevine High School, where the freshman Mustangs are looking to drive their record to 21 wins today in Game 1. 20 wins on the season. Phenomenal run by these guys. Last time they lost was against Keller, I think 6 weeks ago. A lot of good stuff slammed in between. Your starter, Game 1 starter as usual for the Mustangs, will be Luke Bajaj on the hill. Catching him will be Ryan Williams behind the dish. Looks like getting the start today at third base will be Luke Schreier. Brent Lee at shortstop. Let's see, everybody's going to come out. They run their positions, and I'll let you know what we have. This is Mustang Baseball Live on Tradio.
Oh, dude, Wiggins always so fast.
Looks like we have Peyton Tatum over in right field. No, excuse me. Yeah, Peyton Tatum in right, Connor Bell in center, Brady Lane in left, Brent Lee at shortstop, Luke Schreier at third base, Sammy Kelly at second base, Leighton Towery is over at first base, Luke Bajaj on the hill like we mentioned, and Ryan Williams behind the dish. This is the last doubleheader of the season for these guys. They've really had an enjoyable season with everything you could wish for from a ninth grade team that came together and played hard for each other from the very first pitch that was thrown.
Dude, you see that?
Well, we can't play the canned music, so we're going to play some music from our stock before they get going on the first pitch. Okay, the umpires are ready now, and the umpire's waiting for the music to stop. We have live action here. Luke Bajaj on the hill, like we talked about. Wow, a fantastic varsity game last night. That's strike one swinging. Fantastic varsity game last night over at Richland. The wind was blowing out. It felt like we were playing at Wrigley Field. And the Mustangs put 24 on the board last night, including a grand slam by senior shortstop Patrick McCullough and a three-run shot by Grant Klein, sophomore who was DHing. There's 1 ball, 2 strikes now by Bajaj. I've got to get my scoreboard up to date. Sorry about that. At 1-2 now to number 29. I don't have the roster for this team. That's a curveball, and the popped up. It looks like Leighton Towers camped out underneath it. Number 31 makes the play and slings it over to Brent Lee, who fires it to Sammy, who throws it to Luke Schreier, back to Luke Bajaj so they can do it again. Back to last night, there was a grand slam on the other side too. A sophomore, number 5, Remington Sporle, just crushed a baseball. With 3 Royals on the bags. So a lot of action last night. Final score was 24-6. Could have easily been called a football game, I guess. There's a strike right down Main Street by Bajaj. These Mustangs have been making the outs they're supposed to make. Haven't been giving up many walks as Bajaj falls behind 2 balls, 1 strike. Really have played good, sound baseball. I'm sure both the coaches would actually echo that. Coach Mooney, their 9th grade coach, and then the program coach, Jimmy Webster. 3 balls, 1 strike now on number 23 for the Royals. Richland transitioning its name. They are now the Richland Royals, and here's a strike right down Main Street. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I'm sure his objective here is to just challenge. Make them hit you, Luke. That's what I'd be doing. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Boom, he did throw a curveball, though, on 3-2. It was swung at. Throw down to first base, second out of the inning. Sling it around to Sammy Kelly, who fires it over to Luke Schreier, who gets it back to Luke Bajaj so he can do it again. 2 outs in the inning. This is number 22 batting for the Royals. Bajaj throws that deuce for a strike. Tell you what, when you can throw that pitch at any count, it's devastating to a hitter. I mean, you can't count anything off the options list. 1 ball, 1 strike now. There's a ball hit on the ground to first base, fielded by Towery in foul territory. He'll get it back to number 8 on the hill, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes by Bajaj. Two gone here in the top of the first. We just got started. 2 quick outs. Bajaj trying to make this a triple. Pitch stayed up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One thing about these pitchers for the Mustangs, if you don't catch them early, they seem to get stronger as the game goes on. 2-2 pitch. Let's see what Bajaj throws. He threw a curveball in the dirt, swung at. Ryan Williams picks up, throws it down to first base. That'll be 3 outs for the Mustangs. Freshman. 2024 is coming to hit. Your score going into the bottom of first. Richland Royals 0. 2024 is coming to hit. I'd like to recognize our 9th grade freshman game sponsor this year, Lee Law Firm. Lee Law Firm. They help good people through bad times. If you got questions about finances, taxes, or issues that are causing you grief that have dollar signs attached to them, that's their specialty. Give them a buzz. They can help you work through the situation. Lee Law Firm, helping good people through bad times. All right, we're ready to get started here. Looks like our leadoff hitter will be Brent Lee. Brent's been the leadoff spot all year long, number 14. He does his job. He gets on base. He takes pitches, has a lot of quality at bats. Real impressed with his patience up there this year. He's done everything you want with a leadoff man. And, there's a lot of keys to the success of this team. They all play for each other, and it starts with the first guy in the box. And he's hit. He's going to head down to first base. Mustangs will have a runner on. Next hitter up, number 19, Brady Lane. Brady is playing left field today. Coach cycles through the signals. Lefty number 4 is on the mound for the Richland Royals. So Lee's your runner at first base. Number 4 comes set, fires to the plate. And Brady's a little bit in front of it. Swing through it, swing and a miss. Number 4 comes set. He throws to Brady Lane. That ball's in the dirt, but still a second base by Brent Lee. Brady's a little behind now, 0-2. Going to have to battle, but he's been very good with 2 strikes this year. Gets into that 2-strike mode. Quick hands to the ball. Brent Lee with a good lead at second base. Oh, there's a rip by Brady Lane right up the middle. 2-strike approach. Mustangs are going to challenge the arm. And there's 1 run across for the Mustangs. Great job of hitting by Brady Lane with 2 strikes. Now batting for the Mustangs, number 9, Connor Bell. Been their everyday center fielder since about the 3rd or 4th game of the year. There's a bunt by Connor. It's caught in the air. The only thing that you couldn't do in that situation. So Connor goes down on a pop-up to the pitcher. Ryan Williams, number 34, up for the Mustangs now. Brady with a good lead at second base. 34 has been hot all year long. He takes inside, ball 1. Looked like the umpire flinched a little bit on that one. Got a 1-ball, no-strike count, though. 2 balls. Two-0 pitch, looking for something to drive. Ryan got one, too, and he barreled it up. It's way over the outfield's head. Off the wall. Off the wall and left. Ryan's going to be on second base. He barreled that ball up, crunched it. What a great swing. He smashed the baseball. Mustangs up 2-0. This is a typical mode of operation here. Here's another hot hitter. This guy, number 26, can get the barrel of the bat on the ball. So it doesn't stop with the first 4. It goes all the way down through the roster. Number 26, Peyton Tatum, batting now. And he hits one off the handle. Ryan's going to be at third base. Oh, he's safe. Tatum's going to be safe. And that's actually Taiga Takahashi in there running for Ryan Williams. Peyton Tatum legs it out at first. Runners at first and third for the Mustangs. This is Luke Pajaj up. Last time out, I think when Luke was pitching, he went 2 for 3. I tell you what, Taiga took off on the lefty and stole home. I think that was supposed to be a play when it wasn't executed perfectly, but it ended up paying dividends to the Mustangs. There's a ball hit to the ground, on the ground to the third baseman. He's not going to make the play on Luke. It'll be an E5 in the book, and the Mustangs have runners on first and second now. And let's see, Luke Schreier's up. Luke's starting at third base tonight. Runners on first and second now. Schreier's got good hands too. I'll tell you what, he keeps his hands inside on the swings and generally gets the barrel on the ball. That ball's up. Mustangs up 3-0 here. Schreier's in the box. And he swings and fouls one back. Didn't get a chance to pop up the walk-up graphic for Peyton Tatum and Luke Bajaj. Looks like, is that JoJo running for Luke over there? Could be. I don't know who's over there running for Luke. Yeah, I think that's JoJo. So we have Schreier at the dish. Fouls one back. That may have gotten back into the biology lab. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Schreier. Good 2-strike hitter here. Mustangs got to stay out of a double play. Be smart on the line drive. Big lead at first base for Kubo. Tatum is off at second. Ball's on the dirt. All the runners are going to advance. Good alert base running. As soon as they saw the ball hit the dirt, they're taking off. It's a 2-2 count. Table set now for Schreier. 7-hole hitter for the Mustangs today. One out in the inning. There's a ball hit by Schreier to the shortstop. Run's going to score. And they'll get an out on it. So Schreier does a job. Drives in a run, hits a ground ball. Good job on the infield. Here comes 31, Leighton Towery. So you got JoJo at third base. Got big Leighton Towery in there. LT can really drive the ball. And I don't know where these guys are playing him up a little bit. Leighton takes a swing and a miss. Towery's batting looks like 9-hole today, so he should see a lot of fastballs here. One ball, 2 strikes on him here. Actually, maybe I've added that up wrong. 4 and 2 is 6, 7. All right, Towery's going to, yeah, I have added that up wrong. Towery batting in the 8th hole. 9-hole hitter's Sammy. He's coming up right now. So Sammy has had some big hits this year. Probably the biggest was the Mustangs were down 2-0 at the Highland Park Invitational in the championship game. Sammy comes up with the bases jacked and takes one deep over Clayton Kershaw's picture in right field. And the Mustangs end up winning the game 4-3 to take the title. There's Towery. He's going to steal on the wild pitch. Pitch thrown about 59 feet, bounced. Catcher did a good job blocking it, keeping it in front, but kicked away enough where Sammy waved him down to second base. It's going to be a tough play. Sammy's pretty fast. Sammy's going to be at third. Sammy's going to score. So the Royals coach walks out there to try to calm everybody down. Mustangs are getting ready to roll it to another time through the order. Had a little bit of everything in this inning so far. Ground balls, bombs off the fence, base hit, clean base hits up the middle, pass balls, wild pitches, overthrows. That's what you get when you put pressure on the defense. That's the hallmark of this freshman team, putting pressure on the defense. 2 outs in the inning. They're at the top of the order, number 14, Brent Lee again. Lee hits one to third baseman who bobbles it. I don't think he's going to be able to get Lee. Lee's going to be safe. Brady Lane, who singled the first time up, is in the box now. Number 4 still on the hill for the Royals. It's a hit and run right there by Coach Mooney. Lee was off on first move. Bell tracks down the foul ball, and we'll reset, and we'll do it again. Not a lot of noise action going on here. I think we're going to be able to get Coach Webster in a few moments to come on the show and broadcast and give us a little bit of insight into the program and where things are headed, and they're headed in the right direction. Mustangs are tied for first in District 6 5A after a 24-6 victory last night. Comes a one-strike pitch. Lee takes off. And there's a ball that has seeing eyes. It's in the hole, and nobody's covering third, so Lee ends up at third base. Brings up number 9, Connor Bell, the center fielder. Bell popped up to the third baseman, his first time up in this inning. Oh, he stripes one to the right side this time, though. Bell's turning it on. He's going to score on this one. That'll be a single with a three-base error, but Bell, boy, he hit that ball hard. Well, they're going to give him an inside the park homer. I'm not sure if that's the right call or not, but we'll go ahead and mark it in the book. Okay, here's the 13th guy to hit this inning. This is number 34 batting. He swings and misses at one. Rhino swings through it. Last time up, he put one off the left field fence, and the outfield is not adjusted at all. One ball, one strike. Ball stayed up. Once again, we'd like to thank our freshman 9th grade game sponsor this year, Chris Lee and the folks over at Lee Law Firm, for making it possible for Tradio to be out here and bring you these games. This is Grapevine Mustang Baseball live on Tradio. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Ryan. Oh, there's another rip by Ryan, but that's going to be caught. The center fielder camps under it, comes in and makes a catch. Mustangs send 13 guys to the plate, and they bring 10 of them across the dish again. So we're going to go to the top of the second. Your score after 1 complete inning: Mustangs freshman 10, Richland Royals 0. Get you speaking the mic just to test and see what we got here.
How's this? Can you hear?
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
We're good?
Yeah. We're lucky to have with us today the head program coach from Grapevine High School, Jimmy Webster. I'm gonna get Coach Webster to give a recap of last night's game. Big win, District 6-5A victory over the Royals, and then we'll talk to him a little bit about the program and things that have been moving in the positive direction and the momentum that we have up and down at the different age groups here. Coach, give us a recap of last night.
Well, as you know, we had a little bit of change in the weather.
Yeah,
and
right.
Dropped pretty quickly during the late morning, and then we got a pretty stiff wind out of the north, and knowing that their fields kind of flipped differently than most of the other fields.
It was like Wrigley Field, wasn't it?
The
wind?
Yeah, I was about to say, I've been to Wrigley in like early May,
Right.
and it's been miserable, and it was borderline last night. But
Yeah.
fortunately for us, we were able to get in the dugout every once in a while, as opposed to the fans or the umpires. So we came out, and Jack Rogers got a big hit for us early.
Got a double and scored 2, right?
Right.
In the first inning.
Right. And, looking back, you look at the score and you go, come on, that wasn't a big hit. But when it's 0-0 and you don't know how the game's going to be, that helped quite a bit. So that got us going. And then we scored 8 in the second, 8 in the third, and 6 in the fourth, and it kind of got out of hand.
And some of these sophomores are really keying the offense too. Grant Klein with that bomb last night.
Yeah, that was still early enough that gave us a little breathing room. But you got to tip your hat to Richland. They came back down 10-0 and got their own grand slam. Got 3 hits in a row and then a grand slam.
That was
a walk and a hit by pitch.
Remington Sporle, their starting pitcher, who's a sophomore, number 5. And even though the Mustangs touched him for some runs and he got moved off the hill, they kept him in the lineup, and I guess rightly so, because when he came up his first time, he had the bases jacked, and he put one over the left field wall, which cut it to 10-4, and then they ended up scoring a couple more runs that inning.
And I thought it was important that West came in and they scored 2 runs, but we had 2 outs and the bases were empty. And as weird as that sounds, we just gave up 6. You felt okay, we can breathe a little bit.
Yeah, right. I was impressed with McCullough's swing on that grand slam too, man. I'll tell you what, he kept his hands inside, drove that ball. That was a no doubter, and it wasn't a matter of if it was going to go out. It was a matter of whether it was going to be over the scoreboard. He drove that one.
And then to tip my hat to him, later on, he had 2 strikes. He swung through 2 fastballs, and he sat back on a curve and drove it to right center. If you remember that, they had a little miscommunication in right center.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we got a couple runs off that too. He had a really nice game, and he's been hot lately, and as has Sam.
Yeah. Sam Pierce is just hitting darts, and actually, the center fielder for Richland impressed me a bit with his arm, his ability to throw the ball. And we get a called strike 3 by Luke Bajaj. We're here with Coach Jimmy Webster, the program coach for baseball here at Grapevine High School. We're going to cut to some music. When the Mustangs come up to the plate, we'll bring Coach Webster back on. This is Mustangs Baseball Live on Tradio. All right. So. Okay, we're back here with live baseball at the Corral and Grapevine with Coach Jimmy Webster. We got Peyton Tatum batting now for the 9th grade team. He takes strike 1. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the race right now in District 6-5A. The Mustangs are on top. Well, before last night, they were on top tied with Birdville. I hadn't looked at any of the scores from last night except the Grapevine. Tatum hits a pop fly to the infield for out number 1. Tell me a little bit about the race, what you know. I don't know anything except the Mustangs won last night.
Well, here's how long our game took. Oh, all district games start at 7:30.
Yeah.
And we were in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and I heard somebody from behind me in the stand say, "Hey, Birdville just lost to Denton." And I looked at the scoreboard, and it said bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
And I went,
yeah,
they're done, and we're in the 3rd inning.
Well, we had scored. The score at that point was 18-6.
Something like that. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, we had 2 touchdowns in the game already. Right.
So that put us in first by ourselves. Birdville's in second by themselves, and then Heritage dropped a game to Northwest last night. So I think it is
there's an opportunity here, right?
8-3, 7-4, maybe 6-5, 6-5, 6-5. 3 people for the next 2 spots.
That's going to be an infield hit, I think, by Luke Bajaj.
I tell you what, and I'm changing the subject on you. These guys are fun to watch, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I've watched them all year, and they come to play. They come to play for each other. You don't see anybody complaining about this or that. They all get their chance to be on the field. JoJo goes in now to run for Luke Bajaj, and they're razzing each other. They're having fun.
Yeah.
They're winning and
have fun the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can swing, they can defend, and they're so stinking athletic.
And they make the plays they're supposed to make, I think. In general, if you look on defense, they make plays, and then their pitchers can throw strikes.
Right.
I mean, if you look at the first pitch strike, you look at the whip, the walks, hits, inning pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing, I'm guessing what it is, but you just don't see a lot of walks and hits.
Well, I would be willing to bet it's 1 or right around 1.
Yeah,
and for the freshman
team
level,
wide.
Yeah. For the freshman level, that's pretty darn good. And Coach Mooney does that incredible job with it.
Absolutely. That's why he's a Hall of Fame guy now.
Yeah, he had a good weekend.
Yeah, he had a good weekend. Yeah.
Hey, so how was your week? Well, I went into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for great.
So good for him. Well deserving.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's a ball that's going to be hit in no man's land. I don't know if anybody has it. Okay, center fielder comes in, makes the play. JoJo hustles back. Ball's thrown into the dugout. Now this is where he's going to be at third base, Coach. Right
Should
here.
Be the only way he wouldn't be is if they said no.
Yep,
he was still
the
going.
Home plate umpire's putting him over there. Yep, and that's the right call. Ball thrown from an outfielder. JoJo standing back on first base and ends up out of play. Had something similar last week. Well, it wasn't exactly that. It was a pitcher throwing over the first baseman up and into the tarp over there with Mason Shimkus at first in that game against Lake Dallas. Umpires got it right.
They did get it right.
I went back and looked at the video. He did not step off the back. So he was still a pitcher.
He was still a pitcher. When you step off, you become a fielder.
That's right.
And I'll give you a little inside knowledge here. The umpire said, "Hey, Coach Webster, you're going to need to trust me on this one."
Yeah,
I know this one.
Yeah,
I know this one for sure.
Right. Well, they did get it right. Let's talk about the program, Coach. I know that last year was a tough situation. Those guys, they had deep arms. I mean, that was a team with a lot of. That team probably could have made a run. What do you see though, up and down? The different classes, and you don't have to really, get too specific. But in general, I know Coach Alexander likes the fact that baseball has a focus on the weightlifting. And we lift the baseball program. These guys are lifting weights.
Right.
Every day except on Fridays, right?
Every day except
optionally,
Fridays.
Optionally.
During the fall.
During the fall.
And right now, since we're playing, it's we go Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. But we are, I'm really proud of those seniors, the current seniors right now.
Right.
That, they never had that junior year.
Sure.
And so they didn't get a chance to see how the last year's seniors that are now freshmen in college.
Right.
They didn't get a chance to see kind of what they do that's right or wrong.
Sure.
and kind of make decisions based on that. These guys were just thrown into the fire.
Had to do it on their own.
Right, and they've been really good about it. So
well, I think that's evident by the success on the JV squads and the freshman squad. I mean, they're really setting a tone for, how to carry themselves and how to approach the game on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and I'm personally blessed, not only to be where I am, but also to have this coaching staff. With solid coaches, it makes it a lot easier. Where I don't feel like I have to be anywhere where I've got to make sure we're doing things right. Coach Mooney's going to do it incredibly well here, and Dalton Conway's the head coach for the JV Red, and he does a wonderful job too.
Coach Dillard's the JV Blue, right?
Coach Dillard's JV Blue.
Now, is there
Coach Blackwell's with
Coach
Varsity.
Blackwell? Okay, and that's the staff right there.
And Andrew McClellan also has come in and just and volunteered time, which is really cool. Right.
Yeah, I think feels like the chemistry is right. Feels like the chemistry of the players. The guys are playing for each other up and down at all the different age groups. I like the way you play small ball. I like the way, we bunt when we're supposed to bunt, right? We move guys around. We keep putting pressure on the defense. That's one of the themes that I keep rehashing here on these broadcasts is when you put pressure on the defense, good things happen.
Right. You will. Our philosophy is you've got to make them. We're going to have to make them beat us.
Right.
And if they're good enough to do that, you tip your hat to them.
Now, there's one hit to Sammy over on the right, and I don't think. Yep, they're going to give it to him. That ball that could have gone either way. We'll take the way they went.
See, that's just an athletic play right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball was hitting the gap. He got over there. He stopped it. Stayed with it, too.
And if you'll notice where he starts, he's about 9 feet deep out of the infield dirt, and he still got to that one that didn't even reach the outfield grass.
I'm not sure that Bajaj has given up a hit yet. And were you out there? You may not have been out there when he had that perfect game at Northwest.
No.
Bajaj, he threw 76 pitches.
Yeah. He's been really good.
He threw 76 pitches. He's Rhino calls timeout to go out and chat with him. I think Ryan took the ball in the. Is that Ryan or is that?
That's Ryan. I think the umpire did.
Oh, the umpire did. Got it. Yeah. So Coach Mooney said, "Go out there and talk to him." Yeah. Well, that's good stuff. Well, these guys, assuming that we can keep playing like we did last night and keep the bats hot, the varsity is in a good space right now, right?
Well, for the dogfight that the district is in, I'm not incredible with math, but I think we're in,
right?
Because of tiebreaker situations that we've taken care of earlier in the year. So we just need to keep playing and getting ready to play at the highest level we can for the next few weeks.
Right.
Obviously, this weekend's another big one because you can never take a breath.
Oh,
you can never stop and go, okay, sweet, everybody lost. We started talking at the start of the year. It's like the Big 12 basketball.
Right.
Where sometimes how you handle a loss is as important enough that you can rebound from it. And so let me. I just want to ask you some questions about something I've never understood on how these playoffs work, and we're assuming that the Mustangs are in based on the math and the scenarios that you ran through. Can you help me understand what these coin tosses are all about and how all that works and what the choices are and what people get to pick? And it amazes me that for something that we're so involved in that means so much to so many people that you just let coaches talk and decide what they're going to do.
Yeah, right.
And usually it's in good faith and it's done well. But every once in a while, you just run into somebody that says, no, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. And anything that coaches don't agree on, you have to flip on.
Okay.
From umpires to color of jerseys to which dugout you're going to sit in to where you're going to play.
Really? Okay.
It used to be, Trey,
there goes the perfect game.
If I want one game and you want 3 games, we have to play one game.
Oh, really?
So you could have a 25-2 team that goes 14-0 in district with a great pitching staff.
Yeah, but you got one fireballer on the other side
that has gone 9-0, and they are 9-16.
Yeah, I got you. I understand exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So
right.
now it's at least that's not how it is.
Okay, good. So there's is there any consideration to who gets to pick first? If there's a debate or what the first choice is? Let's see, Schreier, man, all year long he's made plays like that. I'll tell you what, that guy can move on his feet, he can field his position, and he can hit it the dish. So once again, these guys, they make the plays that they're supposed to make, and they make half the plays they're not supposed to make.
And we've been fortunate enough on the mound. These guys have thrown well enough that we're not running into a whole lot of people that can just go double, 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 double.
All right, we're going to be back here with Coach Webster for a few more minutes, but we got to get off the copyright music. All right, we'll wrap it. Back here live from Grapevine, where we have Coach Webster, head varsity and program coach for the Mustangs. Coach, we talked a little bit about the freshmen. We've talked about the varsity. It looks like Sammy Kelly's batting now. He takes ball one up. Tell me a bit about this JV squad. They're winning games. The JV Red.
They're winning games. Couple guys that have done really well, and sometimes they do it like this group and they win 15-1, and sometimes they win 3-0. Luke Tarana has been very good on the mound for him.
Right.
And another guy that's been really good is awesome Cam Rudin, who
I remember his name. I was doing stuff on the website a couple years back when he was a freshman, and I remember begins with a K, right?
Right.
The last name.
Very athletic.
It was a shot by Sammy, and he's going to end up beating it out.
I hate to keep going back to it, but Sammy just beat out a ground ball that was bobbled to second. And
they got a couple speed burners.
Right.
They got a couple speed burners out here for sure.
So Coach Conway's done a really good job with them. I think they're somewhere around 21-4, maybe.
Right.
Something like that. I could be off a couple. But those two guys have done really well on the mound. Mason Mendiola's done well on the mound for them. They hit the ball well.
This is Dason Hill. Sorry to cut you off, Coach, but Dason Hill pinch hitting here for Brent Lee.
another kid that's going to be really good, Dason Hill.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he is he's a left-handed pitching artist. When he gets on the mound, number one, the first pitch is going to be a strike. Number two, he could throw any pitch on any count. Of course, all these guys have a lot of confidence to do that. Any pitch on any count and throw it for a strike.
And shows no fear.
No fear. That's right.
So those JV guys they've been doing very well. They best of my knowledge, they haven't been in a game where they've been on the bruised end of a blowout. Even the losses, they're tight games, they're in games,
right?
And they haven't played an easy schedule either. So, and that's kind of how we want it like that. So we're proud of those guys too. So up and down, we've been doing well this year.
So we've got a lot of success. We've got 20 wins at the 9th grade level, 21 wins on the JV Red. We've got what do we got? 18 wins now, or 19 on the varsity level? 19
for us.
Not too bad. I think I added it up the other day, and it was 70%. I think when we went through and looked program-wide, Sammy Kelly just scored on a pass ball. I think we're probably getting close where it'll be station to station here at some point, but not right now.
These games are hard to coach in because you're not sure.
No.
You're not sure exactly what to do. Do you run? Do you not run on a ball in the dirt?
Yeah, and at the same time, you got guys that may not be playing every day, and what are you going to do? You got to keep that guy from doing his thing. So I understand. This is Tyga, 2 balls, 1 strike. One of the things that really puzzles me though is everybody on this squad can jack the baseball, can hit it deep. Yet when we play teams here at home, it seems like they want to play up in the outfield. If you look at the outfield now, I mean, and that's my opinion, but I think they're playing kind of shallow for what these guys do. Who knows? And I can see a little grin on your face. You don't want to touch that one.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that one. I just want to see a triple.
There's one. He almost took out Coach Mooney.
And Tyga can do it too.
Oh, absolutely. He gets one in the gap. He's running for days. Like I said, they got a lot of speed. They got a lot of speed up and down the order,
And the slow guys have speed. So the fast guys with speed are explosive.
Yeah, exactly.
Connor and Tyga and Britton Lee.
There's one from Tyga. Tyga's getting down the line. They threw him out. That was actually a good play by the third baseman there.
Yeah, very good play.
Gloved it and made a good throw over to first base. 2 gone now for the Mustangs here, and we're in the bottom of the third. Our guest today on the broadcast has been Coach Jimmy Webster. We're gonna let Coach Webster get back to his day job, I guess, or afternoon job. What do you call this, Coach?
Morning.
This is
afternoon.
Yeah,
and
right.
night.
This is your leadership role. How about that? Because I think you're doing a great job.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
And you're only as good as your kids are,
yeah,
and the assistants
absolutely.
are, and the parents are,
Yeah.
and the Booster Club is, and the fans are, and the administration is. So it's we're blessed here.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day if somebody was coming up asking me, why are you doing these games? And I said, because it's Grapevine.
That's a good enough answer.
That's a good enough answer. I mean, JoJo swings and misses at one ball, 1 strike.
And you either get it or you don't.
No, that's right. That's right.
So yeah, that's a good answer.
There's a quality standard and across the board on academics and athletics and just the liberal arts. I mean, everything is positive. And it starts with Mr. Fingers, at the very top, and then it goes down to that whole GHS unity concept. And I'm proud that my kids have been in school here. There's one by JoJo. That might drop. It's going to be a duster that makes it into a spot where nobody was camped. JoJo's at first base. Looks like Rhino is going to come up and take his swing.
Who hammered one his first?
Oh, he hit it right off the wall on the shot. That was he hit that one about 345, maybe 340, and then nothing cheap about it. Ends up at second base, but nothing cheap about it. JoJo throws his yard sale off to the left.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ryan was about 2 more squats away. 2 more sets,
Yeah,
maybe,
right.
of getting that thing out of there.
There you go. You know, if you'd only done that last
Right,
rep. Yep,
right.
That's right. Well, JoJo, get there. He's going to be there. Yep. So what that is going on the first move. People are intimidated about left-handers from first base. If you just go on the first move, you got a high percentage chance. He's got to make a perfect throw to first. First baseman's got to jump off and come to the inside and throw it to the second baseman, who's got to catch it and make a tag. It's not straightforward.
No, it's not. Yeah. None of that is as easy as you might think.
So one of the concerns I've heard from baseball players coming up from middle school is this dual sport athlete and whether you can do it in high school. And I think I was talking with Jeff Polk, the president of the Football Booster Club, at one of these games, and talked a little bit with Coach Alexander. I think it's embraced, right? I mean, you have the ability to do whatever you want here. The coaches are working to make you a better person and a better athlete.
Well, the bottom line is, it's not about what I want. It's not about what the other coach wants. The bottom line is we're in a people business.
Yep.
And it's about putting the kids in a position of success. And I have never, and I will never feel comfortable telling a kid what I think he needs to do, especially when he comes in as a 14-year-old freshman.
Sure.
I don't know. He
Sure.
may be 6'5".
Yeah, right.
And he's 5'7", and he's asking me my opinion. And my answer is usually always the same. What do you want to do?
Yeah, right.
Well, I want to play football and baseball. Then why are we having this conversation?
Yeah, right.
Let's go do it.
That's exactly what I think the viewpoint is, and that's the one that we try to propagate. Now, Tiger's going to go in and run for Rhino, who took one in the back. Coach for the Royals heads out there, checking in with number 4, and number 4 is trying to hand him the baseball, I think.
That's a bad sign.
That is.
if that's what happened.
Maybe I misinterpreted it, but just got to get his body language up, you know.
Well, he's not bad.
No, he's throwing the ball, and he's facing a team that actually maybe a little bit better than some of the others they've played. It's going to stay in. Number 4 is going to gut it out. It's good.
And that's kind of an issue with when you have a doubleheader.
Yeah.
You can't be quick hook
right.
Too early, because you've got we still may play we could still play 10 more innings tonight, so you never know.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but yeah, I mean, the Mustangs are trying to wrap this one up more quickly than standard. There's a shot where Peyton Tatum tried to take out the Tradio truck, but it's not long enough. All right, so Tatum is another guy, man. He's been getting the barrel on it all year. Keeps his hands inside on the swing. There's one that not going to be able to beat out this time. Listen, Coach, thanks for being with us, and look forward to another successful run as we head down this home stretch to the playoffs. And on Friday night, senior night, right? Friday?
Yes, sir. Friday night out here.
We'll be in the Tradio truck on Friday night, and we'll connect with you then, okay?
Well, I appreciate it. And before I go, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for what you're doing. Appreciate it. Gets a lot of people involved that can't get out here or that can't get tickets because of the maximum allotment of
right.
fans. So it's a good deal that you're doing. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach. That was Coach Jimmy Webster, who's been our guest on the broadcast today, head varsity and program coach for Grapevine High School. This is Mustangs Baseball Live on Tradio. Thanks, Coach. right, it was great to have Coach Webster with us on the broadcast here. We're two strikes by Bajaj. Strike three called. Strike three called. Bajaj does it again with a strike right there at the knees. And the Mustangs pitcher asserts himself with a called strike three. Number 22 batting now for the Richland Royals. Luke Bajaj rocks and deals. And like we mentioned at the top of the show, these Mustangs pitchers, they get tougher as the game goes. So, not unusual to see Bajaj getting better here. He's thrown two straight curveballs right there. That guy's nowhere near the pitch. One ball, two strikes now. Luke Bajaj on number 22. And that was the third time he's thrown the curveball in this sequence. That time, number 22 got the bat on it. Same defensive alignment for the Mustangs. Fastball fouled back. This is good at bat by number 22. Well, we just had the number one risk for being outside occur. Luckily, the bird missed our equipment. So, got the tabletop though. Ball two, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here, number 22 for the Royals, Luke Bajaj, really in control. I think he's given up a 1 base runner, 1 walk. And there's a ball. It's a good at bat. Good at bat here. A battle by number 22. I think he's going to see the deuce here on 2-2. I don't think you guys should be on this. Bajaj throws the deuce. He gets the K. Ball's thrown to Schreier. Around to Lee. Over to Sammy Kelly. Back to Schreier, who gets it back to Luke Bajaj so he can do it again. Two outs now. There's a fly ball. They're going to have to hustle to get to it. Looks like Bell has a beat on it. Gets underneath it, camps out, makes a catch for the third out of the inning. We're going to roll on to the bottom of the fourth. After a 10-run first, Mustangs have hit a little bit of a wall. They lead the game 11-0 over the Richland Royals. This is Freshman Baseball Live, brought to you by Lee Law Firm. Luke Bajaj batting now for the Mustangs. Number 8 stands in there. We'll work the count to 3-0 here. He takes strike one. 3-1 pitch. Luke's going to be looking for something he can really put a good swing on. Another guy with a lot of power when he gets the barrel of the bat on the ball. Can drive it a long way. That time he was way over the top. Three balls, 2 strikes on Bajaj, number 8. Game 1 pitcher today. Has allowed 1 base runner. Takes inside. Ball 4. Bajaj will be at first base. This will be Schreier. We got a courtesy runner going in. That's JoJo Kubo heading over there to run for Luke. Number 18. Excuse me. Number 22 now, stepping in for the Mustangs. Luke Schreier. Schreier swings over to the top of one. Got to keep the same approach, guys. You want to drive it up the middle. Drive the ball up the middle. Mustangs have kind of slowed down a bit after that first inning onslaught. One ball, 1 strike to Schreier. Kubo's at first, running for Bajaj, who reached on a walk. There's nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mustangs up 11-0 here. We're at home. There's a rip by Schreier down the left field line. He's in front of it. And that's going to move the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Number 4's ahead here. Coach Mooney razzes Tyga a little bit for how he's running after that ball down the left field line. Tyga, number 23, one of the guys with a lot of speed on this Mustangs roster. Strike 3 called. That's a great off-speed pitch by number 4. Dropped it right in there. Tough pitch to hit. 1 out. Number 31, Leighton Towery steps in for the Mustangs freshman now. JoJo takes off to second base. Mustangs are up. The first pitch was a ball to Towery, number 31. Got a chance to drive one in now. Pitch stayed high. 2 balls, no strikes. Towery takes ball 3. 3-0 now. We're live from the corral at Grapevine. JoJo Kubo's on second base. Towery. Look out, kids. Coach Mooney gave him the green light on that one, swinging at 3-1. Towery just missed it. 3 balls, 1 strike. Number 4 has gone the distance for the Richland Royals. There's a chance for Towery to drive in a run, and he hits one hard to the right side. It's going to advance JoJo to third base. Towery would be out at first. 2 outs in the inning. Guess I didn't have the board updated. JoJo was on second base, and now he's on third. Sammy Kelly in now, number 16 for the Mustangs. Going to take a 2-out hit to get JoJo home. And Kelly's the man that can do it. He rips one right there, but right to the second baseman. Hit it on a dime. And the second baseman was there to make the play. Mustangs have an 11-0 lead headed to the top of the fifth. Richland Royals coming to bat. Back to live action now at the corral here at Grapevine, where Luke Bajaj throws a first pitch strike. Let me advance the inning here. Luke's quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. One-two pitch coming. Ball stayed down. Luke Bajaj in control with a 2-2 count. Schreier at third, Brent Lee at shortstop, Sammy Kelly at second, Leighton Tower at first. Outfield from right to left is Peyton Tatum, Connor Bell, and Brady Lane. Behind the dish is Ryan Williams, and their strike, whoops, must have been outside. Didn't look like it was too high from over here. We got a reasonable side profile shot. Can't tell whether it's in or out, obviously. And Bajaj throws it right down Main Street and picks up a swing and strike 3. Number 2 batting for the Richland Royals now. Hard hit ball to Brent Lee at shortstop. He smothers it, picks it up, fires over to Leighton Towery for the second out of the inning. Towery slings it to Brent Lee, over to Sammy Kelly, over to Luke Schreier, and back to Luke Bajaj. So we can do it again. Two outs. So with a 11-0 lead on 7 hits, it looks like 4 errors in the book for the Royals. If Luke can hold him here, I think this will be the ball game. And we'll get ready for the second one. There's a ball hit to the left fielder. Looks like Brady Lane can camp out, get under it for the 3rd out of the inning, and I believe that this is going to be it for game 1. Let's hit the Mustangs. Take game 1, 11-0 against the Richland Royals. Come right back here to this channel. We'll We'll bring you the next game here in moments. I think we're done here, and getting ready for game 2. We'll see you shortly.